Hey, how it's going, guys? In this video, we are going to look at Cohere Transcribe. This is a new model which has come out. It's a state-of-the-art speech recognition model by Cohere, and it is a 2 billion parameter model size, right? So it's also very small in size. And I mean, when it comes to parameter, and it supports 14 languages, right? And I already have built this app, but I want to show you first the model here. It's called Cohere Transcribe. You can see 2026. Automatic speech recognition. It's an open source release, 2 billion parameters dedicated audio in, text out, right? ASR model. Supports 14 languages, mostly European languages. Here you can see European supports. In Middle East, it supports Arabic, which is a good thing, and also supports Mandarin, Japanese, Korean, and Vietnamese, in APAC, right? Now, the good thing is it's a large conformer encoder extracts acoustic representation. So I'll talk about these things, the technical terminologies. The idea is that I'm not going to run this model. So we already have an ONNX model available for this. It's an ONNX conversion of this model. And I'm already running this model and I will tell you about this model. So here, right? So first, if you see this, now the thing is, they of course this code and all is here. You can go and look at it. It's really fast. Actually, it has integration with VLLM as well. So if you have VLLM support, you can run it faster. You'll have a faster inference as well. And HF bucket is also supported actually. So you can just use HF bucket to transcribe it directly. Okay, so that is the thing. So this is the one of the best model which is available right now when it comes to open source ASR models. Having 2 billion parameter size and whatnot. So by Cohere Labs. So I was just trying it out. Now, what I have been using I have been using quantized models, right? So I'm running it on a Mac CPU. So I'm using a MacBook Air, right? And I have quantized variant of this model. You can see available in int 8, Q4, and FP16, which is floating point, Q4, and int 8. Q4 is the smallest and fastest, but int 8 is the recommended. So it gives you really good performance when it comes to output accuracy. Q4 is fastest, but it might not give you the good accuracy over here, right? Now, I uploaded an audio file that you see is an earning call. So if you look at the first line, right, it says, "Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to QN FY26 earnings conference call of Associated Alcohols and Breweries Limited and whatnot." We have a bit of data available called audio duration, processing time, real-time speed, and words, right? So basically, an Streamlit app, you can download text, JSON, and you also have the raw text over here, like exactly the raw text, right? Now, the thing is, ONNX community, right? When you talk about it, it's number one on HF right now. So if you go on HF open source ASR leaderboards, you can find it out over there. Okay, let's have a look at this here. So when you look at Open ASR, Open Automatic Speech Recognition Leaderboard, it's from HF Audio. You can find out Cohere Transcribe model has an average word error rate. WER means the word error rate, which is the metric for ASR models, is around 5.42, which is really good, right? Lower the value, better the model, right? You can look at the license, which is open license, right? Which is fantastic. And it has a lot of things. So a lot of benchmarking that has been done, right? Which is a fantastic model. Now the thing is, how do we run it? How do we make it work? So here is what we are doing. So we have an audio input, file or URL. It supports both here from either the upload the file or you upload just enter the URL. For URL, it's you just YTDLP to get it done. And it has chunking plus pre-processing step. I'll show you the code in bit. And then there are two steps after that. One is the encoder part, the other is the decoder part. So we are using ONNX encoders. We are using ONNX runtime. So the raw ONNX runtime we are using. We are not using any kind of optimum dependency here because optimum is not supported with the Dreo transformers library. I mean of course you can call it the library itself for the Cohere ASR module, which is not available yet. So that's why we are using it. Okay. Now we download the model from ONNX community via Hugging Face Hub, and then we use just transformer.auto processor. I'll show you the code in bit, and then we run the encoder-decoder auto-regressive greedy decoding with KV cache. So we have been KV cache have been also used. So to first talk about the encoder, what it does, it takes the audio and creates the embeddings out of it, right? That's what it does here. If you look at this high level architecture, and then the decoder part, once the embeddings are available, converts that into tokens, and then we decode the tokenizer to get the text, and we get the output, right? So it chunks long audio into 30-second segment, okay, with 5-second overlap. So the chunking happens, which is a very interesting concept, right? So chunking for 30 seconds, and then there is an overlap of 5 seconds, so we don't lose the information, right? Now available into three quantization options, as I told you, int 8, Q4, and the smallest one, and the FE16. Okay. Now I'll just show you the code over here. I'm just gonna open this single file. There's nothing else that you have to worry. We have a virtual environment where we have installed all the dependencies. These are the dependencies we need: ONNX Runtime, YTDLP for the URL wala thingy, and PyDub for audio pre-processing and whatever we're gonna do, sound file, Librosa, and NumPy, etc., etc. Optimum is not required, so we can just get rid of it. And app.py, we have built a Streamlit app, so that is fine. So here we are defining the model ID. You can look at that. Then we have the languages. So, model language code is there. English is for EN, German, DE, so on and so forth. And then we have quantization options. So these are all quantization options. What quantization we're going to use for int 8, like decoder, encoder, the size of it, and everything. And then we have some architecture parameters like number of layers 8. This basically defines it, a transformer decoder structure. That basically used for caching the attention thing. Okay, this number of layers, number of heads, dimensions, etc. Max new tokens, chunk length, overlap. So audio is split into 30-second, as I rightly said, and overlap second is 5. And then we have a sampling rate of 16,000 kilohertz. Okay, that's very standard if you know the audio processing and whatnot. And just this is some Streamlit code. I'll just get rid of it. Here we have our ONNX transcriber. That's where it's the core engine. This is the heart of the system that we have built. That you already saw it running. Of course, the code will be available on my GitHub, so you can just go and fork this repository or start using this app itself directly, right? So let's go back here. You can see it over here. So there are two things: self encoder and self decoder, right? So encoder has said audio to embeddings and embeddings to tokens, and they're using through ORT modules. Like, if you look at here, we have imported somewhere ONNX runtime. That's what it is. Let me just go down, okay, to show you. Now we have an encoder function that you see here. We define input is like what one sequence length of it and 128, and then we have an output, okay, which is the encoding sequence, and then 124. uh, I mean, sorry, 1024. It's not 124, 1024. Okay, and then same goes with. So basically, what happens here is basically we are creating a high representation of that audio features when you talk about 128 to 1024. That's what we are doing over here in this encoder function. Same comes with the decoder. This is greedy representation, as I told you. Okay, one chunk. It's a very manual implementation of auto-regressive decoding, because this auto-regressive model over here as well in this part. Now, this is very interesting because here we're using KV cache. Okay, so this is for transformer optimization. It avoids the recomputation of attention. So it becomes, of course, faster as well and lighter as well. In a way, it's basically speeds up generation massively. So you don't have to wait for a lot of time. Like, let's say if you already have computed the value for some keys, you do not have to kind of compute it again, right? So this is what it is. Here we have forward pass that you see, first forward pass thingy that we have. We get the outputs over here. In this one, then converts the tokens, convert the tokens. If you look at here, this thing, tokens to text. That's what we are doing. Uh, Logics are nothing but the next token probabilities. Don't do so much vibe coding, guys. Okay, you are not learning anything. Just doing vibe coding will not take you anywhere in future. Right? You have to understand all these things. What is KV cache? What do we mean by logics? I mean, logics is the next token probabilities. A lot of people don't even know that. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Okay, if you look at the next ID thing, next ID is for no sampling actually. Okay, so this is what it is. We have an auto-regressive loop which feed the last token and then reuse the KV cache. That's what we're doing over here. Okay, so basically this is the GPT style generation. Okay, that's what you can see. If you know the GPT style generation, manually, we're using ONNX. That's what we are doing. Okay, and then here we load through Librosa and all. You see sampling rate, mono is true and all, and then model can't handle the long audio, right? Then we have to chunk it out. So chunking happens over here. You can look at chunk, building the chunks. So it's also very good to prevent memory issues because you are chunking it out. So memory issues will also be handled and improve accuracy. We process the each chunk. Here we process the each chunk and then convert the audio into a spectrogram. Okay, so that's what it is. And this keeps going like this. Then we merge the chunk, and here we load the models files and everything. Here we download the data files and everything. Here is some helper functions, and that's what it is, right? So very simple one line, I mean one file, pure Python that you see. It's a pure Streamlit, that app that we have built in pure Python, a single file that you just needed to kind of run this thing that you see. I'm running a around 6 minute of audio file, took around, of course, very similar time. Okay, yeah, very similar like time, and I'm running it on a CPU machine. So I'm running it on a MacBook Air without any silicon chip which have been used. So I've not been using it. Peak RAM value is 3.5 to 4 GB required. And I'm using int 8, right? If you use Q4 and all, it will be even more faster. But accuracy is something that you have to look at it. So I just wanted to cover Cohere Transcribe. You can build a lot of use cases on this. Like you can build scribing solutions in different languages. You can use that for a lot of others use cases where you need a speech to text model, okay, that can run locally on your machine, and you can use that with agent also. So agent can use these models as well to kind of generate transcription and then perform some task on top of that transcription. Let me know what you are building on top of this, and code will be available. I'll give the link in description. If you like the video, please hit the like icon. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe the channel, guys. That motivates me to create more such videos in near future. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.